Oh, hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with the ones you forgot today.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Awesome.
Hello.
We're gonna ask them some questions, and I'm Shane. Glory's here, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm here.
we'll, we'll get right into it. What inspired you guys to start the ones you forgot?
Well, I think all of us, like, deep down, like, for a long time, we always wanted to, be in a band. But this is actually my first band, and no, for Ferd and Lance, that wasn't the case. But yeah, it was funny, like, because Ferd and Matt, who is not here, um, I had known them through like mutual friends, but like yeah, like they were already like close friends.
Yeah.
I was actually in a band with Matt's older brother in middle school before I was in a band with Matt.
Cool.
And the funny thing about me and Matt being, we've known each other for like a really long time, but throughout high school, I don't think I ever said like any complete sentences to spark any conversation with a kid. I would see him in the hallway and just scream his name as loud as I can. That was it.
I mean,
But that was like the same thing. It was like me, like
Same thing
in
with
high
you,
school.
Jenna.
Yeah, I was saying. I think the only times I talked to Ferd was when he would ask me for gum. The only
Nice.
times we would talk. But
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I feel like we were all music fans. We were all going to shows a lot. Just having fun and like. As we started, I guess, perfecting our own crafts, whether it be like, instruments or singing or songwriting or whatever, we just got the inspiration and wanted to do it, and we came together and we all kind of, fell under that same idea that this is what we love. And luckily we all, vision-wise, like we liked the same kind of music too. I mean, we all like different things, we all listen to different things, but it kind of formed into, I guess what we are.
yeah,
So,
that's really cool.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's a-
Yeah. So, whose idea was it to form the ones you forgot?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like it kind of happened at the same time. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it collective between like you three?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first it was Matt and I. Then we saw some of Jenna's covers on YouTube and Insta, and then we just ended up hitting her up and asked her if we wanted to jam, and then here we are.
yeah, it was kind of like
Kind of just
like
blossomed.
they
into this
reached out
huge
to me,
thing.
and I was like, yeah, like, I know you guys. You guys are cool. So like, we hung out and we just kind of like casually jammed. But I feel like deep down we all were kind of like, we want this to like go somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Get that.
but then like eventually, when we started like forming and like Lance like joined like right. I'm trying to think of like how much time had passed because we were pretty like casually jamming for a while.
Yeah.
But Lance we found through our old drummer. Actually, like we didn't know Lance prior at all.
Yeah.
The band
But
with
at
the
that
old
point,
drummer.
like I guess we decided we're like we want this to be a band. Like we want to find members, we want to complete it, and like start writing and playing shows.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a mutual thing. Like we were just like sitting and hanging out. And we are like, yo, so like, do we want to like make this legit?
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it worked out nicely.
Yeah. So you guys did touch on this, but if you wanted to go more in depth, how did you guys all meet?
Yeah, so, well, like, like we were saying before, like, me, Matt, and Ferd, all went to the same high school, and, we had, like, they were in their friend group, and I had mutual friends, and whatever. I would kind of just see them, like, at shows all the time, and, like, this is a time where I guess, like, really, like, with like Instagram happening, it was like that's when you started like really adding like random people, like maybe
Yeah,
that started
yeah.
in like the MySpace days, but like they were people that they were like mutuals and I'm like, oh, like, when it came time to jam or like let's do it. But but then like Lance, we didn't know him at all. And then Justin came in a little after we released our first EP.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know like Ferd knew him. I didn't know Justin at all.
Yeah, I knew of Justin for like a while.
Uh-huh.
After we parted ways with our last drummer,
Yeah.
I kind of just hit him up on Facebook. It's like, hey, you want to try out for my band? And then we just ended up loving him.
Yeah, he was the only person that we had like
Try out.
but we were pretty much like when we knew he was into it, we're like,
Yeah,
like
set on him.
let's just do it.
Yeah.
We love him. So
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I
Perfect.
didn't know him. I only knew Matt and Ferd, and then everyone else we met like as the band like started like going.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's awesome. So, what is your writing process like?
Ooh. Well,
Um,
yeah, as you say, Ferd, you could take this.
I could start this. Basically, I'm a night owl, and I stay up until the morning just playing my guitar.
Uh-huh.
So what I do is I just make riffs on my computer, and if I think something sounds cool, I'll record it, send it to our band chat for Jenna to like collaborate with, and by the time we have like demo done, we bring that to the studio. Now our producer Rob Freeman, he usually like changes everything up to make it sound as best as it can.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like kind of how I look at it. You know, every song that we've done so far, I feel like has taken on like a different process, but like at the same time, like we have like a method to our madness where, you know, I personally feel like, I don't know if Ferd feels the same way, but I feel like me and him are very like connected when it comes to like writing, because like I don't know how to explain anything. But like I can just like say something in the most stupid way, and he'll be like, "Oh, like this," and like he'll play it. And be like, I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I meant." Like,
So like
it's-
during this time, it's been really easy to write. Thank God.
Yeah.
yeah. So like, because I know we had met up, you know, right before all like the quarantine stuff was happening. We were writing some stuff, but the nice thing about technology is, you know, as soon as Ferd gets something, and I'm like, "Yo, send that to me,"
Yeah.
and then I'll like. A lot of the times I'll write to what he presents, and there's other times where I come up with something first and I send it to him, and I'm like, "Yo, like, you know, let's do something with this. Like, help me out," because I know I work really, as far as songwriting, like I work best when I'm with someone, and the fact that Ferd's the person I've been songwriting with for years now at this point, it's just like it's so like, you know, it's second nature. But yeah, it's cool. And then like we kind of, you know, the iMessage, the group chat is like where a lot of that stuff goes down. So like we're sending things back and forth, and then Justin will be like, "Oh, sick, like I'm gonna go practice this. I think I can think of some things that I can do here," or, you know, yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
So it's a very collaborative
yeah, I would
process
say-
between the five
yeah,
of you
I'd
guys.
say overall it's like Ferd like lays the groundwork, and then you know, we
Everyone
all
else
kind
adds
of
their own twist and their
yeah.
flavor.
Spice.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I like that. I really like that.
So, what bands have you guys been listening to lately? And this is for all of you guys. Not...
I've been listening to the band Camino a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
And
always
the
a
new-
good choice.
Yeah. I've been really bumping the new All Time Low record that came out.
Uh huh.
I still didn't listen to that yet. I heard it was
So
really good
good.
though.
We
I dig
So
it.
we sat here and bashed it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I heard good things, and I don't really listen to All Time Low at all now. But you know,
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
like they were my favorite band. Like emphasis on the favorite. So now, like I kind of like grew out of them.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the new album came out, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. But oh god, I used to love them. But right now, I've been listening to Boston Manor a lot. I'm
Okay.
so excited for their new album.
Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that too.
I know it's
They're
going to be
sick.
record of the year for me. Like everything that they've put out on that record so far, like the few songs they did, I'm just like so awesome.
Yeah.
So that's been on repeat for sure.
I've been listening to the new August Burns Red album that
Taste.
dropped the same day as the All Time Low album.
Oh, cool.
Sides of my music spectrum, I guess.
Yeah.
Lance is a metalhead.
Good.
The Gavin Dance has been really good. The singles that have all been dropping. And a lot of Bill Murray too.
All right.
Oh,
Johnny Frank's band.
Very
Dude,
cool.
Bill
it's
Murray's
so good.
great.
Bill Murray's the best. Love that band.
That's awesome.
His song titles kill me.
So good. Because he's like a meme and he's aware of it, but like at the same time, his music is just
It's good.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with being a meme and still making good music, you know?
exactly. And he
I
just
I feel like
Maybe
that's
people
the
can pull
that's the
that
key
off.
of like
funny.
getting a fan base is being a meme.
Yeah.
yeah.
You get a lot of loyal fans.
Yeah.
When you're called
Yeah.
Bill Murray,
Yeah.
you kind of have to be a meme.
Yeah.
cool. So what was the first song you guys wrote together as a band?
Well, I guess it depends what you mean. So like the first song like we ever like wrote and like released no longer exists on the internet because
Aw.
it was really bad.
That's a shame.
It's on Matt's phone. That's it.
Wait, you still have it?
No, Matt's
I know-
phone.
Oh, Matt's phone. I know I have it like somewhere,
Yeah.
like in like my old computer or something, but
It's not on Reverb Nation anymore.
yeah, it's untraceable. Hopefully no one leaks it. But that song
There's a
is
live
called
video of it on
Truth.
YouTube.
I'm gonna try to look
Oh,
it
there's a
up now.
live video.
It's on YouTube.
But so that was like
Oh,
the first
no.
song that like we put out like ever. But I want to say like the first time we kind of branched our songwriting because like you said, you know, normally it's like it's Ferd and I kind of going like at the song, but when we wrote our song Here Forever on our last EP,
Yeah.
that was like the first time when like we were really building a song like literally in Matt's basement and like jamming it out, and that was a really cool experience because you know, like I guess that was like the first time that like we literally just started with like something that Ferd had, and we literally like we sat down
Yeah.
and really
Put our phone in a hat so we didn't get distracted.
yeah we literally had a top
Very easily
hat
distracted.
that we would throw our phones in because you have a bad problem of like when we're like, you know, at band practice and we're talking, you know, the digital age, we whip out our phones. So we started putting our phone in this top hat to prevent that from happening, and that's how
It's
Here
been
Forever
working.
was born.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool.
So what does your band name mean?
Honestly, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a name. I remember, Jetta, you came to band practice one time with a notebook full of like random like phrases.
You know what's really funny? The other day I found it. I found that piece of paper, but I was so embarrassed by the other names that I didn't tell you guys that I found it.
Oh
because
my
I knew,
God.
I knew I would have to send a picture.
Well, now you
But-
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
can you
have to
share
now.
something?
Like what happened was yeah, like when we decided that we like wanted to like, you know, actually start like a real band. I had like a list on a piece of paper of just a bunch of just phrases and words and things that I liked, and it's really funny because like some of them I look at them now, I'm like, this is very close to a band that already exists. Like I didn't realize it at the time because it's like that subconscious like, oh, I like how this sounds, and I'm like, that sounds really similar to another band. But we were like, oh, The Ones You Forgot's cool, and then I think we pondered it for like a couple days, and then we're like, let's just go with that. And then we, you know, checked online to make sure it didn't exist anywhere, which it didn't. And
I think there was a band called The One You Forgot, like the one,
Oh,
like
yeah.
singular.
yeah, but it's so like we ended up just rolling with it, and like I like to think that like it formed like a meaning, kind of like, I think if you look at it and you're saying the ones you forgot, it can either be like you're specifically thinking about something that's forgotten, or you're referencing us and saying that we were forgotten. So I mean, it could totally be used that way if someone wants to insult us, but if you're, you know, if we're not memorable, they'll be like, yeah, you guys were the one I forgot. But
Oh.
but I don't know. It
Someone
really
sees us at a show, they're like, oh, you guys, haha, the ones I forgot.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot you guys.
Oh.
yeah, but in the end, it has no meaning, like no intentional meaning.
Okay. Yeah, because I did
So-
kind of thought it meant the first thing that you said once you started going over
Yeah.
what it could possibly mean, but I'm honestly not surprised that it technically means nothing. Sometimes that just kind of happens, you know?
Yeah, like, because when you look at the phrase, I felt like, you know, it could be interpreted like that you're, like, referring to something,
Yeah.
or that we're actually the ones, you know, that were forgotten. But, I mean, like, you know,
Yeah.
in the end, it really had no meaning, but as time went on, and I would look at how it was phrased, I was like, maybe, you know, I don't know how people interpret it, but, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, do you remember any of the names that didn't like make the cut?
Yeah, I need to know some of these now.
I could definitely eventually retrieve that. I'll send it to you guys.
Awesome.
But
I think one of them was this time last year or something.
yeah,
It sounded too close to this time next year.
next year. Yeah, that was exactly what I was talking about. I remember reading it and I'm like, why does this sound like something that already exists? That was probably one of them. Oh, I remember for one was On the Bright Side.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a nice name.
Like that was the other one I remember because I think that was like close to like being the winner at the time. But then the
Yeah.
ones you forgot took over.
Yeah.
So but the whole list
That's so funny.
I will retrieve that. It's not in this room. That's why I'm not gonna start digging. But I do know where it is. Since I found
That's
it
cool.
like 2 weeks ago.
All right.
So,
That's so
have
funny.
you guys been working on any new projects while you're stuck in quarantine, like sending any files back and forth?
Yeah, for sure. The group chat's been bumping.
Yeah.
But
I actually sent one new song for everyone to learn.
Oh.
Like,
Oh shit.
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Oh, that was like, yeah, because we got some stuff that's brewing, because we definitely, you know, while there's so much downtime, we want to come out of this with at least, you know, some new material, since, you know, you can't play shows and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Can't leave the
But-
house.
Yeah, but yeah, like, so, like, the other day, like, so this was kind of like how I was talking, how, like, me and Ferd, like, have that songwriting connect, but, I came up with, like, this really, like, cool chorus idea, but I didn't know how to, like, I don't know, like, articulate it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, I had a melody and everything, and I was like, Ferd, I'm gonna send you a little piano version of this, and just tell me, like, what key it's in and what we can do with it. And then I came up with something that he sent something back, and I was like, this is cool. I can see this being a little different. And then we changed it up, and he sent it again. I'm like, this is awesome. And then he's like, I'm going to come up with a verse. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to work on this chorus. And
That's
so there has been definitely some things brewing. And as far as, like, general content goes, not so much songs. We're gonna start Twitch streaming, which I know is what everyone's doing right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into that and play some games, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I don't know if I'm allowed to bring this up or not, but you had told us, because we tried booking this originally in like October, but you guys couldn't because you were going to be in the studio. Are you guys allowed to talk about what went on in there or what you guys worked on?
Yeah, we can totally talk about
Awesome.
that. So we do have some songs that are literally done
Okay.
and sitting in our pockets.
'Cause I know you guys played one of
One-
them live for the Sleeping with Sirens, and I missed it because they put you guys on before everyone was in.
Yeah, that show.
Oh, yeah.
So many people that came out for us missed us that night.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
Oh.
got put on earlier
my
than
friends.
expected.
Oh.
It was sad, but yeah, but that song, you know, it was actually supposed to come out in like 2 weeks from now. But we had some last minute changes that we wanted to do, just to kind of make like the release better. Like the song was done, but we like had some artwork changes
Yeah.
and wanted to get some like new promos and stuff.
All right.
And of course, the world fell apart when we decided that, so we couldn't really get on it. But it is in the works.
Okay.
It'll be out soon.
Awesome.
I don't know when, but I would like to think, you know, within a couple weeks, hopefully.
Awesome. Excited.
It's just, you know, like it's kind of like it got pushed back.
Yeah.
But that is sitting there. It is ready to go for the most part. We just gotta do a few things logistically.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it is there.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm really excited
Yeah.
for that. Actually, yeah.
Awesome. Good. I'm excited that you're excited.
So
And I'm excited for it to be out too. I'm like, oh my god, it's been so long.
yeah,
I'm so
Yeah.
impatient.
We've been wanting to put something new out.
yeah, it's finally
I'll
happening.
show the world.
So aside from working on music, how else have you guys been staying busy during quarantine?
Well, today I did absolutely nothing except make a quesadilla. So
Okay, productive. Productive
I
day.
literally made a quesadilla and like repotted my plants and played video games. Like I did not do anything like that required me to change out of my pajamas.
Yeah.
I'm just playing video games, working out at home, doing some schoolwork.
Yeah,
it's-
pretty much same. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
still able to work.
Uh-huh.
I'm an essential employee because I
Yeah.
cut grass. So we're still
Same.
allowed to work.
I mean, I don't cut grass, but yeah, I still
Which
have
is
to work.
nice. Yeah,
So it's
Cooped up in the
yeah,
house.
it's definitely it's good to be able to leave the house and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like all of us are kind of same track. Lots of video games, trying to write songs.
Yeah, just trying to stay
I'm
busy.
really good at pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get into like a bummed out headspace right now with
Yeah.
everything going on.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like definitely if you can entertain yourself, do it.
Yeah,
Just to keep your brain going.
agreed.
100%. So we're gonna take a sharp turn from video games and repotting plants. So if you're on death row, right?
Oh my god. Wait, what did you say? I was like, I just silenced you out because I was like, what?
If you're on death row, what would your last meal be?
You know-
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. See, I love food. I would eat
Yeah,
honestly
this is such a
everything.
hard question.
I feel that.
I'm
You
such
know
a
what?
foodie.
I'm gonna throw sushi in there.
Ooh.
Solid.
I feel
Any
like
drink?
like alcoholic drink.
I mean, it doesn't
Whatever.
matter.
I was like, does it have to be?
I'm gonna
Oh, like-
alright, I'm gonna throw in sushi, bubble tea.
Okay.
What else?
That's such an eclectic meal. I feel like for me, it would either be. This is like such a bland answer, but it would either be pasta because I'm addicted to pasta, and
Understandable.
I would love to just load myself with carbs before I die. But if it's not that, I would say it would be my mom's chicken cutlets with like whatever kind of side dish, like a macaroni and cheese and like a veggie or something. That's like my favorite dish. Like if she makes that, I literally, if I walk in the door when I'm coming home from work and like she's home and she's cooking, I like know immediately when it's her chicken cutlets. So,
That's awesome.
so that I think that would be a choice for me.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna throw hibachi in there too.
Oh,
Nice.
oh man, I didn't even think of that. That
So
could be like
hibachi,
my number
sushi,
3.
and bubble tea.
All right. Eating well.
What about you,
What about
Lance?
you, Lance?
There's this barbecue place up in Vermont that I go to whenever I go up there called Back Behind Barbecue.
Okay.
And
Eat the entire menu.
very odd that the best ribs I've ever had were in Vermont.
Uh-huh.
But I would probably have that
Awesome.
and beer.
Awesome.
That's true. He has talked about those ribs like many occasions.
Yeah.
I've had
I've heard
barbecue
him
in the
talk about
South, and it still has not beat Vermont's that ribs. You're literally across the street from the farm where they have this stuff.
That's really cool.
No.
So weird. I love Vermont. I want to live there.
Soon, maybe. I don't know. So taking a sharp turn from death row back to music, what is your favorite part about being in the music industry?
Wait, what? Can you repeat that? Being what? Sorry.
Favorite part of being in the music industry?
Oh, my bad. I don't know. I mean, like, I always kind of was in the mindset that if I couldn't perform, I would like to still be involved in the industry
Yeah.
in some aspect. So, I guess if we're looking at like terms of like being in the band, I really, weirdly enough, I know like mostly like performing, I obviously love, but I really love just recording and going to the studio. Like that's honestly one of my favorite parts is just seeing like your song,
Like,
come
come
to
alive.
life.
Big part of
Yeah.
music form.
So I feel like that's definitely my favorite like part is being in the band. But I also love like the whole marketing aspect. Like when we put out new material, I love when that happens. Not just because we're putting out a new song, but like I love planning it and I love setting the layout and kind of just focusing on the branding and all that stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite avenue when it comes to self-releasing music.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Bird.
Anybody else?
Lance.
I mean, I'll go.
Here you go.
I'd say my favorite part is like the touring aspect. Even though we haven't really done like a full tour, like out for a month or two.
Yeah.
Just like going and traveling and seeing all these venues and stuff, like the local hangouts of like other areas, and meeting people from there,
Yeah.
and just even sitting in the van for like 5 hours. I don't like on a drive. I don't even care. That's
I
still
also
fun.
love sitting, just chilling in the back seat on my phone,
Yeah.
playing my Switch, looking at the scenery.
Yeah.
Like it's cool just traveling,
Yeah, like I hope we
house.
can do like a run in like like another country and see
I'd be
the
sick.
world, because
Yeah.
seeing the United States is really cool, but
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to go to
I wanna go
Canada.
see other places. Yeah,
I want to see a
dude.
moose.
To say, there's still so much here that we have not seen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'm scared for the day though we have to drive on the opposite side of the road. I'm not doing that. That's all Justin.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh.
a big switch.
I'm like dreading like having to ship our stuff somewhere else if we have to do that.
Yeah, that scares me the most.
Oh,
Yeah. I get
All
that.
the horror stories of like people losing their gear because like people at airports can't do their job.
Yeah,
Like
it sucks.
United.
All right.
So you mentioned that you like seeing a song form when you're in the studio. So what is your favorite part of making the song? Is it producing it? Is it recording? Is it just sending the files back and forth? What's your favorite part of that whole process?
I don't know what particularly like strikes it with me. I guess like I really love just being able to spend time like with the band, and it's pretty like carefree that we're all just kind of we'll jump in, track our parts, jump out, go outside and play frisbee or something. Like I just love that aspect that like we're being a band, but we're also just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love. But as far as like the actual like concept of the song being put together is I guess it's kind of like it reminds me of like going back to when I was a kid and this was like just a dream and just something that didn't seem like it was possible,
Yeah.
and to be able to go in and like go in a vocal booth and like sing, which is something that seems so scary to me, and like the fact that like it's happening now. It's just I don't know. It's crazy, but I really like. It kind of gives you that aspect of like you're seeing how hard you've practiced and
Yeah.
how far you've come as compared to other stuff that you've written in the past. I think it really allows you to see your growth and just your
Oh, yeah.
creativity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just fun. I love the atmosphere, and Ferd mentioned before that we work with Rob Freeman, and he's just really awesome, and I think really gets us, as far as like the whole music thing. So
he
it's
like
really
knows
good.
what we want when it comes to writing our music.
Yeah, like when you're just in a good environment like that, it's just just awesome.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. Really cool. So what artists are your biggest inspirations?
Someone else go first. I need to think.
I'll go.
Me too. You go, Lance.
How convenient. Say my biggest influences, like personally for making music part of my life, is like August Burns Red.
Uh-huh.
Not obviously like they don't influence like
The
our writing
sounds,
style
yeah.
because we're not metalcore,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just their character, because those guys are super wholesome and like very friendly, and that's just like kind of what you want to make yourself out to be.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
them and somebody I guess more towards us would be like the main.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they're super just genuine people, great work ethic.
Agreed. Yeah.
They were like, or if they were on that one, I don't remember which one it was, but they would like play main stage, but they'd still go out every morning and walk the line with signs.
That's really cool. Yeah.
There's a lot about them. Like there's bands a tenth of their size that are not doing that.
Yeah. They're
Or weren't
they're
doing that at the
hustlers. Yeah.
time.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they do everything themselves too, which is cool. They don't have some big label like pulling all the strings. They have their
They are their
own little
label.
Yeah,
band.
they are their label, and
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
and they're running Sad Summer Fest, which is really cool.
Saying that
Yeah.
band does so much stuff. They have a podcast too. It's like it's wild.
Yeah,
Do everything.
Yeah.
I guess, for me, this question, like, for some reason, always, like boggles my mind because I think a lot of different musicians inspired, like, different portions of, like, my musical identity, but I guess the part that made me, like, say, like, I want to be in a band and tour and write music, I would say that was probably when I was, like 13, like around that age, like entering high school.
yeah,
And it would probably be my favorite bands at the time that I think really inspired that, which was, like I was saying before, I loved All Time Low. Like Lance was saying, The Maine was a favorite band of mine.
Yeah.
Mayday Parade, Paramore. I guess all the bands, in like 2010, 2011 that were like rocking the Warped Tour scene,
Yeah.
like those were the types of bands that when I went, to Warped Tour, I was like, damn, like this is what I want to do. So I would say, like that kind of time period of music, I would say is what really moved me to do what we're doing now.
it's awesome.
I'm gonna have to say, Sum 41. That was the band that like
Oh yeah.
that made me want to pick up a guitar and like start writing music.
Uh-huh.
I remember they came out with the music video for In Too Deep.
Yeah,
I remember. I don't know if you guys remember, but during the guitar solo, their guitarist comes out of the pool playing it for like 2 seconds and gets back down. I don't know why. I thought that was the sickest thing ever. And I was like, wow, I want to do that.
I mean, hey, it's cool.
Maybe one day.
Yeah,
One day you can do
maybe.
that.
One day.
Just launch out of the pool.
Next music video.
If we have a summer this year, we'll recreate it for Bird.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I would
That'd
love
be so
that.
cool.
That'd be so funny.
Well, you have to pick a guitar that potentially gets ruined.
That's true.
Never mind.
I won't do it anymore.
Or just have like
Gotcha.
a cardboard cutout of a guitar.
I have some
Like
beater
3
guitars
guitars
at home,
won't care
I think.
about.
All right,
Yeah, we could make it work if we really wanted to.
next music video. I'm telling you, write it in there.
There's potential.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So, if you guys could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
One
Like a
fictional
book,
world.
movie,
Hmm.
whatever.
God, I
Oh, this is a tough one.
yeah, this is really hard. But I think what I'm gonna say, now this definitely is not the safest environment at all.
Okay.
But I'm a big fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and if I could live in a world where there's superheroes, I would be so happy.
That's
I don't
cool.
know. I say it all the time, like that I wish they actually existed, especially when crazy shit happens like it's happening now.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but every movie of that lineup is just there's terror and atrocity that happens like every time. But I mean, if I was safe in that environment,
Yeah.
I would say the Marvel Cinematic Universe by all means. I'm a big fan, so
I would
Fantastic.
live on my chill island I made in Animal Crossing.
I had a feeling you would say that. I don't know why.
I knew it was
Fortnite
coming.
Island.
Most of my neighbors,
island-
most of my neighbors
My
are
island's
ducks.
still so ugly, so I didn't want to live there because it doesn't look good yet.
Not yet. Soon.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'd probably live in the Dragon Ball Z universe
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright.
so I could learn to fly and kick some butt.
Yeah.
Can you go Super Saiyan?
That'd be cool, so I could go Super Saiyan, but that'd just be a plus.
Yeah. So what was your guys' first concert, and do you think that it influenced how you present yourself on stage now?
I'll go. My first concert, I was in 6th grade,
Okay.
and I saw Paramore headline in Asbury Park with Jack's Mannequin and Phantom Planet.
All right.
Yeah, that was definitely a big deal for me, you know, because just being at a show, I remember like it was a GA show, but like it had seats
Where was it at?
the same time, and like it was like they had the floor open, but because it was in the convention hall
Okay,
in
yeah.
Asbury. So, and like I was young, so like I sat in a seat, and I remember seeing a mosh pit for the first time, like when Paramore still had mosh pits,
Yeah.
and I was like, what are they doing? And there was like, I remember seeing like papers flying in the air and stuff.
Holy
I was
shit.
like, what is going on? Yeah, that was a great moment, for sure. And you know, just seeing a woman on stage kicking ass,
Yeah.
was cool. But yeah,
That's awesome. I'd kill to see Paramore at the convention hall over there. Well, too big
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What year
It
was
was like-
that?
It was 2008.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was freaking awesome. Even and like that was when Riot came out, so like they were still like big at that point,
Yeah.
but like not in comparison, you know, to what they are now. It's like they just grew astronomically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
cool.
My first concert was Bull for My Valentine in Atlantic City at a House of Blues.
Ooh.
I remember
This is sick.
going.
R.I.P.
Oh yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I remember just going to that show with my dad. Obviously, like, wasn't really the safest environment.
Uh-huh.
It was just me and my dad, and I was like 10 at the time. So, so I was like far back. I couldn't even really see anything, but that was the first time I was at a show. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Everyone's going nuts for this band right now.
Yeah.
Just going ham in the mosh pit.
That is sick. Yeah.
I was like,
So
what's going on?
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, at least
Can I join?
I was like, at least you
Pick
knew
me up,
what
I'm
was good.
scared.
Like, I thought you actually knew it, like what a mosh pit was. Like, 'cause the first time I saw it, I literally was like, why is there like a big space? Well, I was like, what is happening? Who would have known years later I'd be throwing down
Shit.
side one?
Ah.
I first show, I was like 4 maybe.
Shit.
Wow.
I saw Social Distortion play at Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam. Which was
It's so
at-
cool.
right? It was that place in Camden, which changes names every year. I
Oh,
can't
now
remember.
it's
I
the
think
pavilion now out there, right?
it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first ever
Tony Hawk's
time
Boom
like
Boom
seeing
Huck
live
Jam.
music, and I don't remember it at all because I was so little.
Uh-huh.
But my first time going to a show. Besides that, well, I went to a couple stadium shows after that. I saw Metallica twice,
That's cool.
Oh.
That's
but
metal.
my first show that wasn't a stadium like those 3 shows, I saw DRI and the Cro-Mags at Starland in like 2010.
Oh shit.
I went with my dad and we stood in the back. That was my first time seeing a pit too. I knew what it was, but I had never seen one like in real life. I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god,
good
that's so
person.
cool!"
There it
Oh
is.
shit.
Oh
in the back left where you
That's
enter,
the
like-
pit.
Yeah, I was
It's
like on the
real.
steps, like looking over it. I was like, "Oh my god,
Whoa.
they're doing a circle pit!" Whoa!
That's crazy.
Uncle's band was supposed to open that show, but they dropped off at the day of.
Oh shit.
Well, my ex-uncle.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but yeah, it was cool.
So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years?
Ooh. Um, I don't know where I necessarily like predict. You know, I don't know where I necessarily see, but I guess what I would like to hope for is that we um tour in like a larger capacity.
Mhm.
And maybe like I know everyone's saying down with the album now, like put out singles and stuff, but I would like to put out a full length
Yeah.
um at
Yeah,
some point. I
at least
mean,
one.
you know, whether it happens or not, whatever, but I think that would be cool to do. And um yeah, I don't know. I guess they just kind of I just want to see us to, you know, keep going and growing and doing the thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Within the next 5 years, we will make it to the West Coast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to see us either in Europe
Ooh.
touring or touring to the point where we all have to quit our day jobs.
That would be
Yes.
yeah, that would be cool.
Please.
Because
That's
that
the
is like
dream.
my dream.
So when you say going over to the West Coast, you talk about being picked up by a band and supporting, or attempting to headline your own like small shows over there.
Either school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
I feel like
honest,
we'll take
like-
what we can
Preferably,
get.
I'd like to get on a tour bill with a bigger band
Yeah.
more than
If
I'd
you-
like to do a headliner over there,
Because I know you
just
guys.
so we
Have,
could steal some.
yeah, I know you guys have played like some big shows here in Jersey. Like you opened for with Confidence. You opened for Sleeping with Sirens. But you guys haven't went on like a tour with any of those bands. So I think that would be cool, personally.
Yeah.
As a fan.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see you guys on
definitely
a
to
tour
like
that.
because those shows here like just do like awesome like things for us. And you know, obviously doing those anywhere else like to pick up fans from all over like that would be
Yeah.
just awesome.
Mhm.
And even, you know, we do very small tours, but when we walk away and there's like one or two people that's like, I'm gonna come back the next time you guys are here, like that's enough for me, you know.
That's awesome.
So be able to do it into like a capacity where there would be like lots of people, you know,
Yeah.
playing a big show somewhere far from home, then that's just awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. So continuing on the live music train, top 3 songs to perform live.
Definitely Here Forever
Mhm.
is like my
Oh, yeah.
favorite song, and we started closing with that
Yeah.
and make it like you know, like I guess making that like a tradition. So I really love playing that song. I like playing Luna, or acoustic song, just because it's a nice I just think it's a very pretty song, and it's a nice break, you know, in the set.
Yeah, nice
where-
change and pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it adds a
Something I
good
get to take a
vibe,
break.
and it's it's nice to get a breather too after you've been running around on stage for however long, that you can take a moment and play that song. And I guess if I had to choose number 3, I really
One-
like. Wait, were you about to agree? Did you say One Step Ahead?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that, yeah. I love playing that song. But honestly, if we're, you know, looking at the future here, the new songs by far, those are my favorite to play live.
cool.
But I can't
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
about those yet.
Ah, it's a shame. Damn.
Dang. All right. All right.
But those are definitely those are tops. Because
It's cool. All right.
something for me, we played, you know, at Starland. We played a few. They played that on tour a little bit, but the other two, we've only played in Matt's basement, and they sound good down there. So I can't imagine, you know, how much better they're gonna sound with a
Like in
real
an actual
sound
venue.
system on stage.
With
Yeah.
a crowd, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Glory.
Lance? Oh, I was waiting for him to
Ah.
answer. Yeah.
I was waiting for
It's
Fred
okay.
to say his 3 songs.
My 3 songs are the same as Jenna.
Okay.
TBH.
Yeah. To play is Everywhere Everything, just because that's like a bop,
Uh huh.
and that song is kind of faster and energetic.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's my top favorite song. The second one is Something for Me, which we did on the last run, like Joe just said.
Okay.
And number 3, maybe Make It Out Alive, because that's another fast one.
Yeah, yeah.
And the jumpy part at the end when we used to get people to jump to that.
Nice.
It's fun.
Jumpy part.
Jumpy part.
Jumpy part. So,
Jumpy part.
what is your dream venue to play in? Like, when you play in it, you know you made it.
Oh man.
Warped Tour, but the whole summer.
Which can no longer happen. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's other tours. You know, you guys could jump on Sad Summer.
Sad Summer would be so cool.
I would love that.
I feel like this might be like, the typical answer, but I guess playing MSG
I
is
figured
like
that was gonna.
that. Yeah, it's like
That's the name of the venue. I could not think of the name of the venue for some reason.
I was gonna say that's probably like the typical like answer, but hey, I mean,
It's
play
something
on
to
that
shoot
stage.
for, yeah.
That's wild.
Legendary.
But I guess something that I would say that's like more attainable is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know too many venues that like aren't around here, honestly. But I always thought it would be cool to play like Chain Reaction or something, just because I know a lot of bands that I liked growing
They
up
always go there.
They
Yeah.
always hit there on tour when they would go to California. So
Aren't there, like,
I always remember seeing that name. So I guess that'd be cool.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Aren't there a bunch of House of Blues like throughout the country?
Yeah, like all up and down the West Coast. and
yeah.
the Midwest.
I remember seeing bands like hit a bunch of those on their tours.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So we like to take a question from the band that we interviewed previously and ask it to the next one. So this question comes from the band Nice, and I think I know what your answer is going to be, but the craziest tour/gig story.
Oh, you cut out.
Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We lost you.
Technology.
All right, fine. So where did I cut out?
The
We
question.
didn't hear the question.
Okay.
You said it. Yeah.
So the craziest gig or tour that you guys have been on. I think I know what the answer is going to be. But
Warped Tour.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
How did
yeah.
that happen? Like, how did you guys get on that?
I actually reached out to Kevin Lyman
Oh,
myself.
that's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Which I don't even like. I still can't believe it happened like a year later.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I had actually talked to him a couple times, like at like music conferences, and like he's someone that you literally can like message on Twitter, and like if you have a question about like the tour, and he'll just like answer it for you like on the spot. Like he's really
that's
cool
awesome.
about that. So like I don't know if he remembered me or whatever, because I had talked to him in the past, but I reached out and I shot my shot, and I was like, hey, this is the last Warped Tour ever, and I know I've been talking to you about this for years now, but this is my band. I was like, I gotta give it one more try. And it happened. He was literally like, he's like, get back to me later, and then like he ended up reaching out and was like, we're gonna make this happen.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's really cool.
Sick.
All right.
Oh, okay. So do you guys have any music pet peeves?
Oh yeah.
Music pet peeves.
What do you like?
Yo, dude, can I use your gear? Doesn't bother me. I don't mind sharing gear. I don't like when people online are like, when band dudes will just like DM you a link to their Spotify
Oh,
and nothing
yeah.
else,
Yeah.
like expecting you to listen to them and like follow them on everything without like they literally just DM you a link and like what do you want me to do with this?
I'd like you to spread it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Or it's anything like that bothers the heck out of me, because I'm like, there's so many people that are out there grinding like with messages or whatever,
Yeah.
talking to people. Then there's people that are just like, I'm gonna send this link to 1,000 people today
Yeah.
and
I
see what
remember
happens.
that happened. Like I got like a message like that from someone once. Like he just sent the link on Facebook, and this is right after I accepted the person's friend request,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah, it's
like
always right
minutes
you
after.
accept it.
And he just sent the link, and I was like, "You gotta say hi first," like messing around with them.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, hey." And then he sent it again, and I was like, "What's
Bruh.
going on?"
Wow.
Hey, can you
But,
at least
no
introduce
chill.
yourself?
Yeah, I said I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, you gotta say hi first, and he was like, oh yeah, hey,
Here's the link again.
yeah.
For real.
But I feel like, I guess like my like pet peeve like in music is, I'm like very much like an advocate for like if you don't like something, like you don't have to bash it on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I really like it like pains me when I see like, you know, someone posted about like their favorite band and someone comments and is like they suck. I'm like, why are you
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you let people enjoy things?
I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel the exact same
Yeah.
way.
Oh my
And,
god.
like, Yeah, that's how I feel about anything, you know, just like let people, if it makes them happy and it's not hurting anyone, let them do it. But you know, it happens a lot with music because, you know, it's everyone has their opinions or whatever. And it's like, I
Yeah.
think bands suck too, but I'm not gonna go message them on Twitter and say you guys suck. Like, why?
Yeah, everyone,
exactly.
everyone
why?
has their opinion.
Why would I do that? Yeah,
Yeah, everyone has their
I
opinion.
just-
Everybody thinks it has to be heard. But
Bro, you
Yeah.
cut out again. F.
shit, never mind.
F in the chat.
All right. So hopefully I don't cut out when I ask the very important question. So this is how we're gonna end off the interview with the most important question: what is your favorite color?
I don't know why this is such a hard question. I feel like this. My answer to this question always changes.
I feel like an idiot. I agree. I'm like, I don't know. My whole life, like for a long time, I thought like the answer was blue,
Uh huh.
but now I really like green.
Okay.
I like seafoam
And-
green. Seafoam green. That's my answer.
And this
Seafoam green.
this is gonna make me
Pretty.
sound even more like an idiot, but I love white. Like I love like
All right.
my
It's not
bedroom
clean.
is white. Yeah, like I like just that like
Clean white. Yeah.
yeah, because like I guess like I see that as like the blank canvas, and like I like to add color like on top of it.
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah.
like if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, and then everything works with it, and it pops out.
Yes, it matches
Yeah.
everything. So then black, I guess, would be the same too, because you know, same thing. It's just a neutral color,
yeah.
goes with everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's cool.
Can we have multiple answers?
Of course.
I
Yes.
just gave like 5 answers.
I'm gonna toss in maroon in there too.
Ooh, room's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a furred color.
Maroon, seafoam green.
All right.
Background on this is like maroon-ish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Is that everyone? Is that everything? Okay. All right. Awesome.
We gave our
It started,
300
so.
color answers.
Sick.
The hardest question of the entire interview.
Of course.
I was sitting there thinking if there was anything else I missed.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys sitting down with us. It really does
Yeah.
mean a lot.
of course.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for,
Thanks for having
taking
us.
the time. Yeah,
uh,
I'm sorry it took forever.
it's
but-
fine. It was well worth
Very
it.
bad at answering people.
So this was the ones you forgot. And yeah, that's all.